Hey, good morning, folks. Guess what? It is beautiful, beautiful morning. I figured let me come out to the patio and do my 5-minute Medicare coffee talk and bring some of this nice weather to you if you happen to be in another area of the country other than Arizona. But it really is beautiful here. This is the day that the Lord made. Let's rejoice in it. It's gorgeous. So bring a little bit of it to you in your living room or your patio, what have you. I hope everyone's doing well. What I want to discuss today briefly and in a nutshell is a service that's called MyMedicare.gov, G-O-V, MyMedicare.gov. That is not MySocialSecurity.gov, which is, of course, where, I tell people if they're not drawing Social Security, they're 65, they're coming into Medicare to sign up for the Part B. Or if they exceed their 65 year of age initial coverage election period, they worked for 3 years on an employer plan, a large group plan, and are 68 now, they're retired. Now they have to get their Part B. That's MySocialSecurity.gov to apply for your Parts A and B. Anyhow, MyMedicare.gov, what that does, that gives you a peek into the back office as far as what's going on with you and your plans and claims, so on and so forth. Now, I get it that this is something that might not appeal to anyone just on its face, and let's face it, Medicare is not a conversation that people willingly gravitate towards. It's not like you have 5 minutes to spare, one day and say, "Hey, let me go read something on Medicare." That's just not happening. That's why you have me. So, what I am getting to is whether you're in Medicare for a number of years, you're a veteran, you're seasoned, or whether you're just coming into Medicare, that's just a really good resource to have for you personally. You can look to see what plans are current. You can look to see what claims are being paid. You can look to make sure your Medicare is still in place. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because last night I got a phone call yesterday about 3 o'clock. And last night, you kind of reflect on your day. I said to myself, you know something, that's probably about the 10th call I got in the last maybe 2 months, on subjects as far as these scam callers. People saying that my plan's no good, or it lapsed, and this, that, and the other thing. Which is really a shame, and it's a tragedy, and everyone knows how I feel about that. The world doesn't spin the same way it did years and years ago. We were brought up to, respect our elders. I'm sorry to say that. That's just not the same world that we live in. However, you still can be your best advocate at times. You still can always lean on me. And MyMedicare.gov is a surefire way that it's something in your arsenal that you say, "Hey, guess what? I can protect myself here. Is this guy full of soup that I'm talking to on the phone, or what's going on?" Because he's trying to sell you something, and you'll never be able to talk to him again once you start giving them information and they change your plan on you. That's it. They're in the wind. Whole nother conversation, whole nother 50 conversations. So anyway, you can go on to my Medicare.gov and you can see, yeah, I have X and X carrier for my drug plan there. That's current. But hey, wait a minute. I don't see my supplement plan. Side note, the word supplement in the Medicare arena is kind of used as a loose term, but I'm going to tell you what, a supplement plan is not a Medicare Advantage plan. We could talk about that too, but a supplement plan is, well, the definition of a supplement is something that comes in a latter position to make the prior positions whole, right? In this case, it's your Medicare plan. So who's getting made whole? Medicare, the 20% that they don't pay, they only pay 80, and you, the Medicare beneficiary that took out that supplement plan to protect yourself that you don't want to pay that 20%. So the insurance carrier is coming in and they're absorbing that 20% after your Part B deductible, which for 2023 is $226. Okay. So how come I can see my drug plan in my Medicare.gov and not my supplement? Well, it's because the supplement plans are underwritten strictly by an insurance carrier. Medicare has nothing to do with it. A supplement plan has nothing to do with your doctors, with your networks, with your prior authorizations, any of that. Okay? All that they're there to do is to pay the 20% that Medicare doesn't pay. It's unorthodox to think that insurance carrier has nothing to do with your doctors or your networks or anything like that. But in this case, it's a fact. So if Medicare is covering something, a benefit, the supplement plan has to pick up the 20%. That's the contract. Okay. Now, If Medicare is not covering something like dental, vision, hearing aids, well, then there's nothing for the supplement plan to pick up. So you couldn't say, how come my supplement plan, Jim, doesn't cover dental or vision? Well, it's because Medicare doesn't cover it. Well, I don't understand. Well, if Medicare doesn't cover it, they're not paying 80% to any provider. So there's no 20% for the supplement plan to pick up. So if Medicare is not covering it, there's no balance to be paid, right? Okay. Side note on that. Dental and vision. Anyone that knows me, anyone that we've had this conversation before, you know for a fact I have the goods there with the dental and the vision. I promise you. And this is just me being a hero. And who doesn't want to be a hero? A dental vision plan, I promise you, my lips to God's ear. It's really remarkable. There should be a link on my webpage too under dental, MrMedicare.gov. Anyhow, circling back. So that's the reason why, hey, I can see my drug plan on my Medicare.gov, but I can't see my supplement plan. What's going on there? Well, it's because number one, the supplement plans have nothing to do with Medicare. They're just there to pay 20%. In a matter of 60, 90 days, it'll show up because obviously when you use it, because obviously there is a Part B deductible that needs to be paid. And Medicare is well aware of that because it's not a supplement deductible. It's a Medicare Part B deductible. Okay. So it will eventually appear, just so you know that. You just have to give it a little bit of time to catch up. You will always see your drug plan. You will always see your Medicare Advantage plan. Why? Because Medicare basically has their participation in both of those plans. Okay. Even though Medicare doesn't do anything with drugs, it's always a private insurance carrier. You do have components to it that there's formularies that the plans have to adhere to. You do have the coverage gap, with the affectionate term being the donut hole. Okay. So that being said, I think I'm running a little bit long, but I just wanted to get that out there. I wanted to say hello, and I want to bring this gorgeous weather to you as well. I hope you and yours are doing well. Call me anytime. Any kind of advice, any friends, any neighbors, anyone just want to ask a simple question, you have the right to ask questions. All right. I'm here for you. Jim Schmidt, 480-296-3900 or Jim Schmidt at MrMedicareandU.com, or you can just jump directly on the website. All right. Everyone have a terrific day. God bless you.